My first prompt is required minimum distributions and missing participants. As part of 401k plans, when an employee reaches the age of 73, they're required to take distributions out of their plan. With one of our clients, they had not been distributing money to this participant even though he had reached this age. And when we asked them, they said, oh, we can't find this employee anymore. And so one of our questions was, okay, what is the employer required to do? And if they're completely unable to find this participant, do they have to submit the lost earnings to this special IRS fund? Okay, here we go. All right, all right, I'm going to, yeah, this is a lot. All right, so Assistant A, so it says this is a common complex issue for plan sponsors. Here's the breakdown of what the client is required to do. So part one, they have a fiduciary duty to ensure that benefits are paid in accordance with the plan document and IRS regulations. So first they say to acknowledge the obligation, and this was a failure to distribute, which is a compliance issue, and conduct a diligent search for the participant. So this is crucial. They have to actually, our clients have to actually show that they have actually looked for this participant. So they should ask around, this should usually go around the office, ask around, does anyone know this person? Does anyone have their new address on file and everything? So yeah, this AI says that they have to first review plan records, send first class mail to the participant's last known address. I think, yeah, that's interesting, first class mail. And then perform electronic searches. There's an IRS letter forwarding program, Social Security search, contact any beneficiaries. And then you have to document all search efforts. So that's it's definitely something that's important for us, that we as auditors don't just rely, we trust but verify. So we don't just rely on our clients' words that they have searched for the participant. We need some sort of email chain or any other sort of documentation. That's very crucial for us, and then also for anyone who's auditing our work for quality control purposes. And then part two, submitting earnings. Do you have to submit to the IRS loss contribution? And so this AI says there isn't exactly a specific IRS fund for loss contributions in this manner, but there may be state unclaimed property funds. All right, I'm going to take a look at the other one. So the other assistant says that required actions for missing participants. Yeah, so it's basically saying somewhat the same thing. Plan administrator has a fiduciary duty to reasonably search for the participant. So the plan must complete and document all the following: certified mail to last known mailing address. So this one doesn't exactly say first class mail, it just says you have to mail them. Review any plan records, contact designated beneficiaries, and then internet searches, and then if all fails, use a commercial locator service like LexisNexis, TransUnion. Does this one also say that? Okay, that's interesting. So it says if these fail, you have to use a commercial locator service, and this is now considered mandatory in most IRS and DOL audits when the prior steps fail. So that's interesting. Assistant B says it's mandatory, but Assistant A doesn't even mention it. As far as I can tell, it just says that you have to make every inquiry possible and document everything. All right, so yeah, and then once they're deemed missing, transfer the entire balance, issue Form 1099-R, Yeah. Continue holding the account in the plan, or escheat to the state unclaimed property fund. Yeah. And so is it saying there's no, just like Assistant A said, there's no IRS lost contribution fund? Yeah. And then it has bottom line what your client should do right now. Immediately complete the search, document everything. Yeah. Okay, so both have an action plan. I think I like Assistant B. It's a little bit more concise. And it also gets through, it says this is what's mandatory to do right now. What is the most cleanest defensible resolution? Yeah, continuing to hold the account without transferring is a big audit red flag. Yeah, so I think I like Assistant B here, so I'll say Assistant B is better. Yeah. And so that was Grok 4.1, and the other one was Gemini. All right, so I'm gonna go and look at what's most hot in the business field here on Arena.ai. So I'll go to text here. Okay, so we have all these categories. Okay, occupational, and then, yeah, I'll look into business management and financial ops. And so, so these are the rankings I see of all the AIs. And so number 1 is Claude, Opus 4.6 and Opus 4.6 Thinking. Yeah, Grok is surprisingly high. I don't really use Grok that much, but Grok was the one that I liked. So Grok is number 3, and then GPT 5.2, which is the one I use the most, is number 4. So yeah, it's good to know. I might have to start using Grok a little bit more, but yeah, Claude is the best so far. So maybe in the next battle we'll get a Claude prompt. We'll see.